final game here, day number 1 of the under 14 Nova Scotia Provincial Volleyball Championships here on Volleyball Nova Scotia website, presented by Bell 5 TV1. Hi everybody, Dan Hobson. This is our final game of the day. It features the Sonics versus the Stoirm White. The second time that we have seen the Stoirm White, they just easily defeated the Capers White a few minutes ago. So it's our second look at them, and they are energized, ready to go. And just off the top, I was actually talking to the coaching staff of the Stoirm White. Moray is how you pronounce number 5. So I said Moray's, and I want to get that mistake out of there and send my apologies to the Moray family. Now we've got that fixed. It was a very chaotic getting the lineups when we did for the previous game. And we've got the lineups here. We're all set here for this one. Sonics, Stoirm. Sonics in the bright blues and in the navies, the Stoirm, and they have won the toss. Sonics will serve. Here is Gauthier. Back to serve, the official, Neil DeVoe. Saw something on the Sonics bench that didn't appeal to him, so he whistled play down. Now it's back underway here and ready to serve, as I said, is Gauthier. There's the first touch, pushed over, and the block as Muller got in the way, used her size advantage to block that potential attack there for the Stoirm in the hands of McEachran, and it gives the Sonics a 1-0 lead. And just like that, it's now tied at 1 as they punch that towards the net. Net serve, service error, and a chance here for Langley to give the Stoirm their first lead here in the early going. First contact, Gauthier. Iscan insane. Incense, pardon me. And that's sent over. Free ball now. Rob McEachran. Punched over by Boyle towards the back. Miller, who had that block earlier a couple of possessions ago. There's the set. And once again, Miller with her size and her hops. 2. But she hit the net in the process, so it's going to be the point going to the Stoirm and a 2-1 lead on a nice long rally. There's the first pass that goes aired as Rayfuse difficulty handling it. And that makes it 3-1. Langley once again puts it up here for the Stoirm, and seeing a bolt come towards the head there was Muller, and she ducked, and it lands in front of her as that serve fooled her. Makes it 4-1. Muller, first touch. Iscan Incense will get it over. Here's a free ball. Nice touching here by the Stoirm, trying to find the middle. Iscan Incense. Difficulty on the pass there from Gibbs. Unable to get the attack underway there for the Sonics, and it's 5-1 for the Stoirm. Gauthier. Iscan Incense. Muller to the back. McEachran. And swinging and missing there was Boyle there for the Stoirm, trying to go for that shot. Looked like it was going to be a cross-court shot. Came up with nothing as Iscan Incense puts it up here for the Sonics, trailing by 3. Service ace. Boyle unable to get there in time. Makes it 5-3. Stoirm, Sonics, the battle of the S's here. Final game of the day. Iscan Incense shakes the serve. 6-3. And already quickly trying to make that adjustment before she gets the chance to get there. Mentally talking it over. In the meantime, McEachran will put it up. First contact, there's the set. And the set not that great there from Gibbs, and once again scrambling Muller, and Muller just nothing generated. McEachran serving here for team up by 4. Ball is up, over hit, and Muller reacted and didn't react the right way as it goes towards the wall, and it makes it 8-3. Of course, if you haven't had a chance to read over the rules on Volleyball Nova Scotia, it is the best 2 out of 3 sets. You must win by 2. 25, of course, for the first and second set. In the meantime, punched there by Gauthier, but right into the net there on the third contact. So that makes it 9-3. And the third set, if we require one, is the 15, and once again win by 2. And there's a coin toss done after the first 2 sets. But we've only seen one game here so far on this court go 3 sets. Actually 2, pardon me. And in the meantime, the Storm continuing their hot play that they continued over from the previous, up by a touchdown, 10-3. First contact, refuse. She gets the return pass and right into the net. Sonics 2, trying to settle it here, trying to weather this storm, and to do that, they'll call a timeout and talk things over here in an 11-3 game so far. This has been the quiet that this area has been. They've had 5 courts being used, and right now we're down to 2 here. And the game you're watching right now is one of them. The other one is court number 4. And this is all under 14 action, so of course we'll have more under 14 action again tomorrow, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, Atlantic Standard Time here on TV1, courtesy of course the Volleyball Nova Scotia website. Well, whatever the coaching staff said of the Sonics was short and sweet, as the girls are lined up there along the line, ready to be blown back into play. And in the meantime, of course, the Storm White having good old conversations there. The coach is still talking with the substitute players here. And now they'll settle down in their seats. Of course, with this sort of layout, it really makes a bullpen really difficult here to serve balls back and forth, of course, with the layout that it is. And the hitting errors continue here for the Sonics, starting to pile up, and it's starting to hurt them there on the scoreboard. 12-3. McEachran once again. And a bullet. No reaction by Gibbs. She got there and then put the brakes on. By the time that happened, the ball blew right by her. 13-3, and another hitting error by the Sonics. There's already been 1 timeout so far. Of course, each team gets 2 per set. Sonics have used 1 already. And right now, there's a storm brewing. And right now, the Storm like it. And as soon as I say that, McEachran punches it in the net for the service error. Muller, she's been one of the bright spots so far here for the Sox. Let's see what she can do here from the service line. Ace! Just what the doctor ordered for them. Makes it 14-5. Said she had a couple of key blocks and it was really instrumental to the Sox get off to the good start that they had. That's gone by the wayside. Service ace previous, service error that time. 15-5. Boyle. Underhand serve. Gibbs. The scan and sits. Richard there goes for the finish. She did get it over, but didn't get the kill shot that she'd like, but Stoirm having difficulty in transition. So the Sonics will get the point. And this will send Rayfuse to the line to serve. Wallace just gets it over. Here's a free ball. Can the Sonics take advantage of it? They have a little bit of size, but they found the hole. Was the Stoirm 16-6. Another underhand serve. This one goes to Poirier. Pardon me, Gibbs. And it's set over there by Gauthier. And Gauthier set it long. 17-6. Sonics changing things defensively. Here's a shot. Oh, Richard. And no answer as the Stoirm goes toward the wall. It was McEachran. She's okay. But a big shot there by Richard. Joking with the coaching staff, I was thinking it was Richard. She said, no, it's Richard, as in French. So it's like, okay. That's why we go over the names and pronunciations when we do this in this sport, and sports in general. As Gibbs' serve gives the Stoirm difficulty. It was a free ball, and the Sonics couldn't take advantage, and they had difficulty in transition. Results in a point for the Stoirm, 18-7. McEachran will go to the service line now for the Stoirm. Boy, the bottom fell out of it, but a nice recovery there by Rayfuse. It's going to be a free ball here. There's the set. Oh, nice awareness. And Langley with a change up in plan. Looked like she was going to set it, but saw the hole and just dunked it in for the point. And the second timeout here by the Sonics. Couple of other players, of course, trying to do some little warm-up laps going by the broadcast location. Wanted to save the cost of a phone call saying hello. Kirk's one of them. I can't see the jersey name on the other one, so doing a little bit of post-game workout here. It's been a long day for the ladies. Play started at 12:40 this morning, and they go pretty well from one court to the other, so they've played a lot of games, and this is when the passing sort of gets a little bit sloppy here as the teams are getting near to the end of their day, and fatigue starting maybe to kick in. Both these teams, of course, in really good shape, and it's a bit of a surprise because I thought that the Sonics would have a little bit fight here, but game's not over yet. Still lots of volleyball left to be played, but it just seemed like the Stoirm had the momentum of that game against the Capers White carry over here into this one, and they're cooking with gas right now, this Stoirm team against the Sonics too. McEachran taking her time, and the coaching staff here for the Sonics, they're just trying to get something lined up, and now the team captain go over to talk to the official, Neil DeVoe. And I want to get a substitution in here. Is Biddle going to be able to come into the game here? Just trying to get something here, try to get something in terms of a change. In the meantime, huddling up is the Stoirm White. Gauthier going over to talk to coaching staff here of the Sonics. Looks like the substitution won't be, well, now it looks like they will. They'll substitute Biddle for Molaire. Getting some last minute instructions here. So that is Biddle for Malaire in as a first substitution. Malaire getting some consoling there. It looks like she's upset over the situation. She started off this game really on fire, and they'll test Biddle right away. Is the Storm, and just like that, it's 20-7, a 13-point lead. Not what the doctor ordered, and look at that. Service ace just tucked inside the line for the point. And it's a 14-point lead now here for the Storm, 21-7. Ball up from McEachran. Iscan in sense. They punch it over, and in the return there, Langley misfired, unable to go for the tip to get it over the wall. Comes up well short. Point for the Sonics, 21-8. Richard. Overhand float serve. Just gets over. And a big swing by McEachran as the serve fooled her. And then she basically had to use her arms. She was flat-footed. And a volleyball player knows that you have to bend your knees maybe to get the best on it. In that case, she just stuck her arms for hope for the best. The best case scenario did not happen. And the serve sails. I was going to say it serves long, but Neil DeVoe says it's good, so tucks it in the red line. Yes, sir. 21-10. Iscan in sense does a little duck to get out of the way of that one. Serve from Richard, well short. Robinson. Iscan in sense there. Biddle going away from the play. Backtracking and sailed it out of bounds. 23-10. First touch, Gibbs. Iscan in sense. Punched over by Biddle. Nice passing there by the Sonics. Even better passing here by the Storm. The best three-touch game here so far, where they've seen a lot of free balls. This one is going to be 4 hits going to be called against the Sonics, so it's set point here, up by 14. Robinson, chance to put a dagger here in this first set. It's hit towards the back. Biddle. Put up a little bit of a lollipop, and net violation going to be called against the Sonics. And that will end that one 25-10 as the Storm take the first set. So that's 3 straight sets in a row that they've won, and now they're going to go for number 4 in just a couple of moments. And of course, everybody at home watching their daughters play, if they haven't been able, or maybe the parents are here, but maybe some grand folks are back home watching, maybe not in the Sackville area, but really well anywhere out around the World Wide Web, anywhere where you have internet. At this level, everybody gets a chance to play, so it's not a matter of you just sitting home watching, hoping that your relative that's here at these championships gets in. Everybody gets to play at this level. It's a great championship and great playing experience, and it's basically about teaching the grassroots and not, trying to rely on all your hot players all the time, and everybody gets a chance to play. There's really like somebody who has covered like some ACA volleyball like I have for the past few years for the Dal AC Rams up in Truro. It's sometimes hard to see a player there be with the team, go through the practices, go through everything, and not really see the playing time. and it's tough. It's tough, and it's tough to stay mentally sharp at that level. So this way, of course, everybody can come to the gym excited to play the sport. It's a great, fantastic feeling. So there will be some lineup changes here for the teams, and we'll get those lineups here in just a couple of seconds. I can guarantee you that Moray, number 5, will be in the game, as she played the second set of the previous game, and will do so here. And we'll also see Bowie as well here for the Storm White. And pretty well for the Sonics too. They'll go with their originals maybe. Of course, remains to be seen. They did make a substitution, Biddle for Malaire. Malaire was a little bit disappointed and upset as she was leaving the court, and coaches had to, comfort her. And she got off to a good start in this game, had a couple of blocks, and it was really what got the Sonics going. But then the Storm just blew through here, the Canada Game Center, and they took control of that game in that first set. So we'll see if the Sonics can maybe fix things up technically here. Neil DeVoe at the scoring table. Here's an interesting story about the scoring table. I had a chance to go to the volleyball provincial championships a couple of years ago. It wasn't with Bell, but working the game. It just was going as a fan and going to watch. And what you have to do is you have a scorekeeper from one team and a scorekeeper from another. So one is in charge of the piece of paper that writes all the information down. It's basically the journal, the log, the game sheet, and the other person runs the scoreboard. Now, it's just a cardboard scoreboard, but they take one from one team and one from another. It's mandated there by the tournament rules that are, of course, on the Volleyball Nova Scotia website. But what this also does, it eliminates really any discrepancy in points and stuff, and it's all volunteer. That's the thing. There's no pay in it for them. So doing this out of the kindness of their heart. So all you volleyball players out there, here at the Provincial Championships, if you're home watching, either at the hotel or whatever, maybe thank your parents there for if they've done some volunteer work here for today. They should get a tap on the back and a pat on the back for sure for helping out. And a lot of them, of course, this is their first time probably maybe doing this. And one of the times is the referee came over and started talking to one of the scorekeepers from a previous game earlier today. And she says, yeah, I'm a volleyball official, but I've recently retired. So with that being mentioned there, she knows the ins and outs as we're back underway here in the second set. Big dive there by Poirier. Oh, and look at that. Iscan sits, finds the opening and tucks it in the sideline for the point. And she has a little bit of a smile as the Sonics take the lead. This is how things started there for them. They got off to a good run. And scramble mode the Sonics were in. Storm, good to be lucky to be good to get it back over for the point. 1-1 is where we stand. Langley with the service air. 2-1, Sonics. Here's Richard. So it's pretty well the same lineup as before. Regan, Biddle in, as well as Gauthier. We'll finish that up here after this rally. The Sonics lineup, that is. There's Richard. Iscan sits. And they throw right down the sideline there is Regan. And the finish there by the Storm. So as they say, to finish things off there, Regan, Biddle, Iscan, Incense, Poirier, Richard, and Gauthier. McClellan, who's back to serve. Moray is out there. Bowie, as we mentioned. And Troop Robinson, DeCoste, and McClellan. I think I hit them all. Short serve. Biddle. Iscanded sits back to Biddle. She got it over the wall. In transition. Shot there. Denied there by Gauthier. Gauthier will send it over. Here's a free ball here for the Storm. Moray over, but it was on her back foot, so it had lots of lollipop time on it. Moray once again on the back foot. And Poirier was back tracking and unable to get anything going. It's going to be called for 2 hits. (4-2) the score. So the Sonics had the lead, and it's now the Storm now coming back in this one. Just almost like deja vu from what we saw in the first set. Iscan in sense. Over to Gauthier. Gauthier just getting it over, thinking, oh, well, this is going to result in a free ball. We better defend. And she didn't have to. She put it right down the middle there for the point, and it makes it 4-3. Sometimes at this level, you're just better to get it over, because that's sometimes a little bit of difficulty is the first pass, especially with some of these great servers here at these championships. And just in point, proving it was DeKosh. Moray over Biddle. And Biddle's going to be called for 2 hits, and she was stuck in no man's land. They'll actually call it a carry, pardon me, so either way, it's a point there for the Storm and a 2-point lead, 5-3. DeKosh. First contact, Gauthier. Iscan in sense. Going to be a net violation against the Storm. And it results in a point here for the Sonics. And all of a sudden, the Sonics climbing back. They started with a lead. They gave up the lead. And now they have a chance to tie here in the hands of Regan. Oh, get there in time was Gauthier. Iscanded sits there. It's a battle along the net. Biddle trying to find a hole. And you know that she would like to, of course, try to get some attacks going, but she saw the opening and just got it over, found the middle for the point, and just like that, it's 5-5. There's the set. Chance to finish. Look at that. Tic-tac-toe. Throop. Robinson with the finish. Nice passing, and at this level to see the under 14s perform that. And they were short passes. And then Throop Robinson with the finish. Bowie. Regan. Bouchard gets it over. And that was a little tight towards the net there for Langley. Ran out of real estate and just unable to tip it over. So the Sox will get the point, and it will tie things at 6. The coaching staff of the Storm want to come and take a look to see what the score was. 10-10. Different serving style here for Biddle there for the Sonics. Usually see players pretty well square towards the net, but her body was going away, so she's like doing it like almost like a baseball stance. But if it works, it works. In the meantime, the Storm will get the point here on this one to make it 7-6. Moray will go back. And deep it goes. That was a good team call there by the Sox. They were saying, let it go, let it go. And Biddle just got out of dodge in time. Poirier, well, short. Nice catch there by Gauthier, but that's the wrong sport. And it makes it 8-7. Throop Robinson, who had that nice kill a couple seconds ago, back to serve there. Oh, and a first contact for Gauthier. Difficulty. Sonics converge there in the same area, but not enough airtime in the first pass to get anything going in terms of a scoring chance. So the point goes once again to the Storm, and they're up by 2. Regan. And once again, first pass, hurting the Sonics. Coach trying to get the spirits up here of this Sonic team. They look a little tense right now. Down by 3, and that will help them out. Throop Robinson. Just a little bit of a chuckle there before getting back into her position, of course. Off to the service air. First contact. DeCoste. We've seen that a lot. Cross court. No answer there by Gauthier for the point. 11-8. Couple of the Smash players making their way around here, the walking track. Trying to maybe get things stretched out here. You've seen a lot, of course, in the sport workouts after the game, and that's the case in point here for them, is they're getting some walking around the laps, trying to stretch things out. Their day is done. Just 2 other games taking place as we're back underway here in this one. And an errant first pass, and Iscan incensed. Just nothing she could do with that one there on the errant first pass. It's 13-8. Oh, that serve, you can hear, has lots on it. Storm, they can bring the heat at the service line. You can hear that thud go throughout the gymnasium here at the Canada Games Center. Lots of air. This time they can actually get a chance to get a return here, the Sonics do. In transition, DeCoste. And right there was Poirier. Iscan it set with the set. Richard will hit it over. Here's a free ball here for the Storm. Over the block there was McClellan. Best rally here so far here in this set. Throop Robinson going. She needs some help. And the help comes, but not in time. Langley got there, but just unable to get over the net. Not even close to the net. And it makes it 14-9. Float serve by Richard. First touch, Bowie. DeCoste sends it long. Good passing there by the Storm, but DeCoste, she was more coming down towards the end, and they just didn't have anything left. DeCoste with the first touch. She'll get the third one there for the pass from Murray, and it's out of bounds. So here are the Sonic putting on a run. The Sonics putting on a run. 3-point game, 14-11. Throop Robinson. Oh, and misread there by the Storm, and a wrong time to do that. It's a 2-point game now, 14-12. Wasn't really a bad pass there by Throop Robinson. It's just a lot of onlookers there. Moray. Now what happened there was DeCoste got out of the way, and I think Moray didn't get a lot of time and might have been blinded there by DeCoste. So we'll see if they go up the middle once again. Richard here, 1-point game, 14-13. DeCoste gets the return pass, and right there was Poirier. Now it's set back over. Here's the free ball here for the Storm. Moray will get it over, but no, she doesn't. She looked good, had the good form, but it didn't have enough mustard and bounces in front of her. So it would have been 4 hits. And just like that, we're even Steven right back where we started from, 14-14. DeCoste, first touch. Gets the return pass. Oh, and what intelligence you got to like the intelligence of DeCoste. She found the hole. Now she could bring the heat, but decided, hey, I see an opening, and I'm going to just dunk it there, just inside the sideline there for the point. And it makes it 15-14. And what that does is that changes everything. You're thinking about getting hands in the face of DeCoste, you might want to think better of it, because she's not just more than a hitter. She can actually find holes. And in the meantime, the Storm get another point on the board, making it 16-14. McEachran. Actually, it was McClellan. My apologies there. Number 4 is McClellan. Number 14 is McEachran, so my apologies to that. And maybe not the best, long distance snap I've ever seen there from Murray there, trying to get the ball back for her knees. Not the best, but you can see why she plays volleyball, not football. First contact, Biddle. Gets the return pass from Iskand. It sits. And the finish. That's one of their best possessions. A little two-person game as Biddle from Iskand. It sits back to Biddle. Point 17-15. Gauthier serve is on its way. DeCoste first touch. Moray. And it's set over there by Bowie. Here's a free ball. The ball up for grabs along the net. And the net battle won by the Storm as they find a hole to put it down and make it 18-15. 7 away. And once again, the Storm players going to check the scoreboard. They like what they see. Ticks the tape. And Poirier just couldn't do anything with it. When it ticks that top tape, it is hard to judge. It is hard to read. You're almost stuck in like no man's land, and you're going to have to react at the 11th hour, and sometimes it's just not enough. 19-15. Biddle with the miss hit. The hitting error. Good second pass, but the finish not so hot, so Sonics will call timeout here. They're in the red zone. Trailing now by 5, 20-15. They lost that first set, the Sonics did, and now they're in danger here of losing the second set in the match. So they will call timeout and try to figure out this Storm, and they have been giving in a clinic for sure to the Sonic team. And they have been impressive. There's no doubt about it. From pretty well the 2 games that have been here, they have been impressive. They have found their game, and they are, basically cooking with gas. And you get a team like that and gets on a roll like that, it's kind of hard to stop, and that's the case in point right now. And that's what the task is here for the Sonics. They must weather the storm, and I know what I said there, and excuse the pun. Regan got it over. Iskand and sense there. Tried to hit Poirier, but Poirier didn't have enough to get it over. 21-15, a 6-point lead. Things starting to come off the rails now here for the Sonics. And just as I say that, Gauthier having difficulty there with the return, and Biddle try to be the floor general, try to get spacing and try to set things up here where she wants her players lined up. Biddle, quick reaction to get it over. It's going to be a free ball. And now Sonic's just happy just to get it over. Rather than use the 3, just return. There's the set. And it's going to be hit over there by Regan. It's going to be a free one here for the Storm. Through Robinson. And out of bounds it goes on that shot. And she was trying to go down the line. And well, she did, the other side of the line, and out for the point there for the Sonics. 22-16. Regan with the serve. Brooke Robinson. Bowie. Free ball up. There's one, and it tucks in the corner. Poirier with a smile. She didn't look confident once she hit it and thinking, please, ball, stay in. And all the talking she did to the ball must have helped as it stayed in there. It's 22-17. Gauthier. Scan and sense there. Biddle sends it back. McClellan. Murray was trying to go for the attack, but she didn't leave her feet. So what happened? Punched it in towards the net. 22-18. Sonics clawing their way back. Murray overhits. Biddle finds a hole towards the back. 22-19. The Sonics have a little bit of heart. Trying to fight back. Get this to a third set. First contact, Bowie. Throop Robinson. Murray finds it. She gets it in the corner for the point. She has her sleeves up and she's ready to work, and she's got her lunch pail in hand. Showing off those arms, and it helped her there on that one. 23-19. Bowie. Poirier. Escad, it sits. Going to be called for a double hit. So it makes it 24-19. So match, set, point. Bowie, a chance to finish this off. Ball is up. First touch, Poirier. And it's sent over there by Iscad and Sense off the hands of Richard. Murray, chance to finish it, can't. Will continue on, 24-20. Once again, set match point. Biddle hoping to keep it alive. She's definitely given this Sonic team a boost since coming in that first set. Through Robinson, Murray flat-footed. Unable to get a second pass. 24-21. Starting to get a little more intense here for the Storm. Their bullpen is actually getting up. And just like that, a shake serve. What a time to have that. And it will result in a 25-21 win here in the second set. And the Storm takes both sets here in the final game of day number one of the Volleyball Provincial Championships. Well, the Storm came on, and of course, they had a chance to play back-to-back games here, and they win them both. Sonics gave a little bit of a test here in that second set and made that Tyson. That was a really good close finish here. And speaking of finish, we are done for today. Our coverage here of the 2018 Volleyball Provincial Championships, the under 14 girls action. And we will have more games here starting tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Drew DeMocas, thank you for your hard work once again, my friend. He's the producer and also in charge of changing the score here for us. So a long day for him. It was set up and then also worked the game. So thank you to him, and thank you to you, our viewers here watching on Volleyball Nova Scotia website, courtesy of the services provided here by Bell 5 TV 1. So for producer Drew, my name is Dan Hobson. Thank you for tuning in all day, and thank you for tuning in and watching this one. You have been watching the Volleyball Provincial Championships here from Halifax's Canada Games Centre on Volleyball Nova Scotia, presented by Bell 5 TV 1. So long for now.